language, dude.
Hey, you're obviously being obnoxious to me. They're not giving me
I'm
answers.
actually being pretty polite. You're the one yelling at me.
Okay, well, I want you to explain what your purpose is and why you're videotaping my...
No, I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay. All right.
This guy with you?
Good night, yes.
Why are you videotaping?
This guy just grabbed my camera,
Oh, well.
broke it, and threw it over there in the bushes.
Why are you over here videotaping kids?
Okay, this is another case of people not understanding basic laws of public property. This is another case of I'm going to let my emotions run rampant. He literally assaulted this gentleman, right? You can't just go around doing that. Like because you don't like something doesn't mean you have the right to do something. You have the freedom to do it. This gentleman right here has the freedom to do whatever he wants, but there's consequences to freedom, right? So he's on a public sidewalk. Obviously, he's filming this gentleman's property. Whether or not he was filming the school of kids, I don't know. But he said he was obviously filming those cranes in the background. Doesn't matter. By law, by your constitution, you're allowed to film anything that the eyes can see, as long as you're on public property. And this guy just assaulted him.
Right.
This guy right here. Grabbed my camera off of it, ripped it off, and threw it in the bushes. Go ahead, call the cops. Yeah. You're going to pay for that camera, too.
I ain't doing shit.
You're going to pay for that camera.
You ain't doing shit.
You literally did.
Into the jail.
I have a suspicious person who is videotaping my property and someone that won't explain himself.
And how long is the person there?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
How long has he been there? Hello?
Okay, the guy called 911 and just said, hey, there's a guy out here filming, he won't explain himself. Thank you, bye. Now, typically what happens is when your adrenaline is so high, your mind starts going into overdrive and your mind can't catch up with your problem, your critical thinking. So this guy, his adrenaline, his emotions are so high right now that his critical thinking can't keep up. So that's why he made that phone call and hung up. But this is why he called back. He's like, oh, durr.
Sam.
Oh, hi, Sam. This is Sam, the police. Is that gentleman still
All right, take that back. The police department called him back.
there?
Yes, he is. And
Okay.
he's in the room.
Okay, where is he at on the property?
He won't be
Okay, sir. On the property, where is he?
He is videotaping my property from the sidewalk.
So he's...
Okay, that right there alone should tell the dispatcher, okay, he's videotaping property, but he's on the sidewalk. So with that being said, all right, it's not that big of a deal. You still have to respond. You have to do service calls. That's part of being in law enforcement. But you obviously start thinking logically, okay, he's just videotaping from the sidewalk. Not a big deal.
On the sidewalk, okay, I understand. But he's in front of the business, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he have any weapons?
No, it's cameras.
Okay, does he look...
Boom. I already seen the video, so I know what's about, but he said no weapons. He is literally standing face to face with the videographer, and he says no weapons, just cameras.
I don't have the ability to search him, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. I just have to ask these questions. Okay, what race is he, sir?
It doesn't matter, ma'am.
Well, we need to know his description, so that's why I'm asking. What race is he?
Searching is approximately 5'8" to 10. He has a light dark black beard.
And how long has he been out there?
I don't know, but he was spotted videotaping at some point, and when I asked him to cease and desist, he refused and won't identify who he is.
Okay.
So, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, how do you spell your last name, sir? I can't spell it.
It's ridiculous.
Hello?
One of the man's employees also calls and lies to the dispatcher, reporting Slow as possibly armed.
There's a man out here who is standing on the sidewalk. He keeps taking pictures of the kids at the school across the street. Our owner went out there to try and figure out what's going on. Now they're taking pictures of him. He looks like he's got something in his back pocket. It almost looks like a gun. Someone needs to get out here right now.
So so we've already got the call there. I want you to slow down for a minute. What makes you guys think it's a gun in the back pocket?
I don't know. It looks funny. It's got something that looks like a handle. I'm just saying. I'm not getting close enough to the son of a bitch to... where are the officers?
They're going to get in the way. What color is the handle?
It's black. Please, just hurry. I've got to go.
Now, the multiple...
How incredibly reckless of this lady. Now, I haven't seen the end of the video, but I've seen almost 2/3 of it, so I don't know what happens at the end. How incredibly reckless of this lady to make such an accusation. That's almost like crying rape. Literally, it's crying rape when rape wasn't involved. The owner already told dispatch she doesn't have a weapon. This lady clearly isn't out there. She has no fucking idea what's going on because she's back in the office somewhere, maybe peering out the windows like the Karen that she is. And she's going to tell dispatch, oh my God, hurry, the world's coming to an end. Oh my God, it's an active shooter. Oh my God, it looks like a gun, but I can't tell you because it's black. Because nothing in the world is black. The only thing black in the world is guns and people. How incredibly reckless. I hope this lady gets charges filed on her.
Hang-ups, reports of a gun and school children prompted a Code 3 multiple agency response of over a dozen officers of the San Jose Police Department and the County Sheriff's Office.
This guy looks like the guy you're describing.
Hi, sir, can I help you?
Yeah? Okay.
We gotta call someone with a gun?
You don't have a gun?
Okay. You pre-record me, I'm recording you. So we did a report of you, male with sunglasses, mask, bag, with a gun, okay? So you can record me, you can leave that there, I just gotta make sure I'm safe. So, I'm just gonna take your bag off, okay? Yeah, take it off. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just trying to be safe, okay? I'll deal with this, okay? Just relax, you're gonna have to put the tripod away. I'm gonna patch it to the one. No, I'm gonna patch it. Okay. Well, I just gotta make sure. Well, obviously, they might have collaborated, but that's what we're here. Well, that's what it sounds like. So, separate your legs from me, please. Alright. Just gonna hold on to your bag real quick. I'm not taking it. Can I get my body cam? Yeah, you can go ahead and use the body cam. So, 5144, you can shut down the incoming code 3. Go back to normal. This sounds like some kind of civil issue.
Yeah, I do want to highlight something really, really, really quick. This is down in Texas. The gun laws down there are very free law. I think you have to open carry down in Texas. I could be wrong if someone in the comment wants to correct me, but I appreciate the responding officers not jumping out, at the ready with their rifles and firearms, drawing down on this gentleman and acting careless and scared and la da 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 da. I truly appreciate that from this officers. What I do want to note though is I'm not sure about the Terry frisk that they're allowed to do. This gentleman easily could have said, no, you're not touching me. No, I'm not, consenting to any searches and seizures, la da da da. This was a very, very thin line. Now, I understand the videographer guy being compliant. He's obviously being cool. He's being compliant. So I get it. If you're not doing anything wrong, don't make a big deal of it. And I would have done the same thing in this instance. I really would have. But I'm just simply saying, he didn't have to really comply. The videographer didn't have, because he's done nothing wrong. And you notice the officer said, we're responding to a man with a gun. But even the lady said it looks like a gun. There's always that gray area. I do appreciate the response because, a possible gun and kids, active shooter. I get it. So some murky waters right here. But the officer is being very respectful and very professional.
What happened? I was recording from the sidewalk up there. The aircraft didn't like it, so we just grabbed my camera and threw it in the bush. That's everything. It's caught on live stream. Okay.
Do you know them or what's going on?
I don't know at all. I was just checking out their cranes. They have like cranes.
Oh, you don't know them now? We're just okay.
It's brand new.
Okay. They call the guy with the gun, so this is
They have this kind of response. Yeah.
you get this kind of response.
Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. Looks like they're all.
Well, there's a lot of trainees out here.
Yeah.
They call them the guy with the gun, you know. In this day and age, you would want this kind of response.
Like, I'm just after.
I don't know. I came out from another area, but we were the first here, so.
Is it cool if I go out the sound over here?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. We're not going to search it. We're just making sure to figure out what's going on.
First of all, you can't search him. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. So you can't search the guy. And the videographer guy's being very cordial. He's asking him, hey, can I move here? Even though he doesn't have to ask. He's not under arrest. Even detainment doesn't mean you can't move about. But the videographer guy's being very respectful. And the law enforcement officer is too.
Obviously, you're recording, so I wouldn't imagine they got a gun. Because then you just snitch yourself out if you did, right?
I don't know. There's pepper spray in there, but
That's fine.
you guys wanted this kind of response, guys. That's how it goes.
I'll tell you right now, it's not cool if they call in the guy with the gun.
Yeah,
The guy with the gun.
that's what happened, man. They asked me if I had a gun. I was like, no.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they weren't too cooperative either, so. You know, they call a guy in with a gun in front of a stool. This is what you
Oh, of course. Yeah, I understand.
can't understand that, right? I was cool with you, right?
We're cool.
You know,
You didn't cut me. Stop for that.
well, I've been doing this long enough to tell, like, the guy with the gun doesn't have the camera and you know, all that. And slide me down, hey, you know. You always got to be ready for it, but I use my better experience, you know, like,
What's your name, sir?
so
Bingo! The officer said exactly what I love to hear. He said it. I used my better judgment. I used my experience. These young Thundercats that responded, that are gun-ho, that are wanting guns ablazing, they would have probably have been the responding officers that would have jumped out, guns drawn, rifles drawn, you know, drawn down on this gentleman. But this officer said, logically, critically thinking, okay, the guy's flagged me down. He's probably, you know, la-da-da-da-da, you know, and I have the experience and I got the obviously the wisdom to understand. Boom. So kudos to the officer.
So, I'm telling you, there's a lot of trainees and you guys that might have turned me out anyways.
Okay. I think we're looking at a PC-211. I want to get this guy.
So those officers are investigating.
Okay.
We're just here to help. We're the closest. We got dispatch in the different area.
What do we need over here? This is big nothing.
Well, we want to press charges to this guy now with his camera.
Broke my camera. Camera's over here.
So who's needed?
It's in the bushes over there now.
I don't know. You go figure that out. Whoever's on your team.
After speaking with Slow and realizing he is not a threat and has done nothing wrong, a few of the deputies start searching for the broken camera.
Apparently this guy broke this guy's camera. He wants to be a victim. We're gonna go look for the piece. I'm sorry. Apparently he broke a piece of this guy's camera off and threw it over here, so we're gonna go look for it real quick.
And so what happened today exactly there?
I'm sorry.
It's a small handy cam. So small handy cam. So it's about 6 inches by 2 inches.
You didn't want to come look for it because you didn't want to go on their property.
Found it. Is it that Sony one?
Got it?
I'll go around.
So that's the camera confirmed?
That's, yeah, that's it.
Okay, I see that. This gentleman over here with the black hoodie was outside the south gate, videotaping inside and whatever. I went out and identified myself, and I asked him what he was doing, asked him to identify himself and what he was doing, and he refused.
And where was he standing at? On the sidewalk?
He's on the sidewalk.
Okay, so he has
the right to be on the sidewalk. But does he have a right to videotape?
Yes, you're a public view.
Okay, but does he have a right to not?
Kudos to the officers for understanding that is the videographer's rights. I love that. Thank you. See, I love it when officers do the right thing.
Not identify himself.
Yes, 100%.
He doesn't have to identify himself to us.
He's doing a First Amendment right. He has a First Amendment right to record. There's nothing wrong with him recording. If you want to be recorded, you can go inside, away from the camera view.
Is there a gun scene?
I don't know, ma'am.
I that there was a gun scene to us.
I don't know. I know one of our guys said he had his hand in his pocket, inside his bag, when they first seen him, and they didn't know if he had a gun or not.
We're gonna reverse whoever he called on that phone and figure out who's saying he has a gun.
Eventually, one of the officers attempts to find the woman that called frantically, hanging up after claiming that Slow had a gun.
Which one called and said there's a gun?
None of them are saying.
Hey, find out who it was, because there needs to be some problems. There's going to be some problems. What female is calling? We need to speak to her right now because she lied to us, and that's a big issue. So find out what female inside your guys' business called us here for this kind of response. So we'll go inside and find out. Who called the police and said someone had a gun?
I called the police and said it looked like he had something that looked like
Okay,
a gun.
well, we need you to come outside and talk to us. Okay. Because everyone out here saying that nobody said he had a gun, and that's a very serious accusation.
I know. It looked like he had a gun in his back pocket.
Someone said he has a gun.
I said, it looks like he has a gun in his back pocket. They said, where is it? I said,
She is correct to 911. She did say that. In her defense, she said it looks like a gun. It looks like a handle. It's black. So in her defense, she did say that.
it looks like it's in his back pocket. And they said, what color is it? And I said,
Why are we
black.
calling in the first place? Because he says he's just out here recording. So what's the issue?
What do you mean, what's the issue?
So how did this whole thing present itself that we're calling the police to say someone has a gun who has no
He's
gun?
been out here. He was taking video and pictures of the school kids.
Okay.
And then my owner went out and he started trying to incite the owner. And then our other gentleman went out with him, Shamir. And so I brought my dog out here to go pee, and the man turned around and I saw something in his back pocket. And it scared the hell out of me, and I came in right away and I called the police.
Man, my problem too with this whole situation is, if you're the one calling, is why are you hanging up on our call takers?
I was coming out here to see what was going on.
Okay, ma'am, everything, I understand if you thought he had a weapon, I'm fine with that. But what you did, because he doesn't have a weapon at all.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
No, it's not. You cannot generate a response like that and hang up on our call takers. It's so far from okay. It's just ridiculous. If you were that scared, why would you keep coming back outside?
I didn't come outside. I came to the floor to watch what was
You
going on.
stay on the phone with our call takers if you call 911. This response that you got today is ginormous for a guy who's just recording people and trying to get under people's skin.
Is that what he's doing?
I don't know. I wasn't here, but that's exactly what it seems like. And to call like that and hang up on our call takers, it's a big deal.
Well,
It's a big issue. You don't get to hang up. People don't call our call takers and get to hang up like that. Their job is to give us updates so people don't get hurt.
Right. I just told them, please get someone out here immediately.
Now, we read what you guys told them, and it wasn't that. You said, yes, he has a gun, and he has a gun. Yes, he does, and he placed it in his bag. I just saw him place it in his bag.
I did not say any of that.
To be completely fair, the woman used less assertive language than the officer is attempting to portray, but it seems fairly obvious that she intended to have a large police presence descend down upon Slow. Only she knows in her heart whether or not she was intentionally bending the truth to use tax-funded armed agents of the state to initiate violence on a man who, even if he had a gun, did nothing wrong. Now, in an amazing twist, perhaps for the first time in world history, the officers, speaking to the business owner, confirms all the information channels like mine, Slow County Observer, and thousands of others have been trying to say for for many years.
All I asked for was to identify himself.
He doesn't have to.
Oh, okay. So it's okay to videotape across the street from a school?
Yes, they try to audit us too. They'll come up to us and try to pull First Amendment stuff and try to trip us up. They're baiting you into getting yourself in trouble.
That's fine.
Right? And now look at all the amount of cops that came because you were telling him to ID himself.
Did you see if anyone took his camera from him?
I put my hand over it to get him to stop, so forth, and close. It had one of the little wings on it, and closed that, and kept closed. He pulled back and broke off the little mount.
And did you throw it?
Yes, I did.
Business owner was cited for vandalism.
So I initially was going to give these officers an A+. Well, let me rephrase that. The main officer, the responding officer, I was going to give him an A+. Now I'm going to give him about an A-, simply because he did smudge what the lady said to the 911 call taker, because she didn't say that. Obviously, we heard the audio, right? So, and a lot of times you'll find officers will do that. They'll church up something that's not true to make it seem more detrimental than what it really is. So I was going to give him an A+. I give him an A, maybe an A- at best. But kudos to the officers for their response and for handling the business. And most importantly, for understanding the videographer's rights.